I'm going to try something I've never tried. I'm going to read a child's storybook. So this is Tea from a Teapot by Racey Helps, Collins Company. And here's a picture. We'll start here. It has the rabbits dressed up, the bear or the aardvark, I'm not sure what these animals are, the snowman, rabbits and mice, frog, and again, not good with animals. So this is for sale in our antique mall by a vendor. What price is it? I don't know. I didn't even see any etchings. But he's not very much. It's probably like $5 or under. So Tea from a Teapot. Written and illustrated by Racey Helps. And two little rabbits in their outfit. The houses of Honeydell were light and airy in the summer, and warm and snug in the winter. Yet few mice lived in Honeydell. This was not at all surprising, for in the very nicest house in Honeydell dwelt Tabitha Tabbitail. And there's a little hole in the wall. And mice did not seem to care for Miss Tabitha's company. Indeed, when our story opens, there were only 2 mice in the whole village. So they've set up in an antique teapot. This is from 1954. These were Miss Teepee and Miss Toppy, and they often declared no cat was going to scare them away. Tabitha Tabbitail knew all about those 2 little mice, and she was quite determined to catch them. And there's Tabitha by the looks of it. And it's got the whole antique background. She set traps all over the house, but principally in the larder. The larder must be the cupboard in those days, or the lard in the cupboard. I'm not sure. But Teepee and Toppy were not at all disturbed at this. They went shopping as usual, and often in Tabitha Tabbitail's larder. So it does appear to be lard that they're talking about right here. They never touched those traps. Then one day Tabitha found a broken teapot up in the attic. It was empty, but she could see that somebody was using it as a home. Nobody lived in this teapot when it belonged to Grandmama, meowed Tabitha, as she replaced it carefully in its dark corner. Downstairs, Tabitha took down a big book from a high shelf. It was a cookery book. She turned over the pages until she came to the part headed Mouse Pie. Tabitha read through this part most carefully. Mouse pie recipe. Then she placed on the table a mixing basin and a baking dish. She wanted to put a pound of flour in the basin, but when she went to the larder, all the flour had gone. What? The flour is gone. Tippy and Toppy were shopping on the very top shelf, were disturbed to hear her say, "I must have a pound of flour to make a mouse pie." Then they watched her change into her walking out clothes. Tabitha had a long walk to the shops, and although the snow lay beautifully, white and glistening, over the sleeping fields, she felt a little too chilly to take much enjoyment in the sight. When she arrived home, She placed the bag of flour on the table and then took one more look in the cookery book, just to make sure she remembered what to do. Before she could mix the flour in the basin, "Atoosh!" Tabitha began to sneeze. "Achoo! Achoo!" Going shopping on such a cold, snowy day had given Tabitha a sneezy cold. It was such a troublesome cold that she decided to make the pie some other time. She would have to go to bed instead. "I shall be better in the morning," sneezed Tabitha in her hanky. During the days that followed, several of Tabitha's friends called to see her, but no matter how hard they knocked at the door, there was never an answer. She must be away on holidays, they decided. But Tabitha was at home. She was still in bed and feeling too poorly to do anything but lie very still. She could not go downstairs, even to get herself a saucer of milk. Tabitha felt dreadfully hungry, but she was not hungry for long. She began to find saucers of milk by her bedside, yet she never saw who brought them. Whoever it was decided Tabitha, they were very, very silent. Tabitha could sleep most of the day, but whenever she opened her eyes, she would find some new delicacy for her to eat. She looked after it so well, it was surprising. So this is ripped here, but you can still read it. And then soon she began to get better. Then in the morning, Tabitha found a teeny wee bottle by the bedside. The label on the bottle said, "Medicine, Miss T. Tabbittail, to be taken at once." Tabitha took out the tiny cork and tasted the medicine. It tasted rather of dusty corners. There was also a box of very small pills. It says Dr. Toad's famous pink pills. Tabitha found a pill just like them lying by a hole behind the wardrobe. The pill tasted of dusty corners too. The medicine and pills cured Tabitha of her cold very quickly, and soon she was able to go out shopping again. The first thing she bought was a large piece of cheese. Uh-oh. Every morning and every evening she cut a slice of the cheese and placed it by the old broken teapot in the attic. Tabitha never disturbed the teapot. There were no small mouse houses to let in Honeydale now. Indeed, some of the mouse houses are becoming a little overcrowded. There's lots of mice living there now. The last time I saw Tabitha, she was not buying more cheese. Pardon me, the last time I saw Tabitha, she was buying more cheese than ever. I did not know cats would be so very fond of cheese. Did you? And that is the end. It's a nice old book, and you can buy it at Strathroy Antique Mall in Bender, 88's booth. It's from 1954, printed in Great Britain, Collins Clear Type Press, London, Glasgow. Thank you.